Welcome back to another episode of Simply Elegant. I'm Gino and I am super stoked to show you guys how to make our very own cotton candy macaron. Don't get it confused though for macaroons, which are coconut flavored cookies, and French macarons, which is a cookie made out of egg whites and sugar. Before we get started, make sure to hit the red subscribe button below and the notification bell so you can be notified of whenever I post another baking, cooking, or challenge video. For this recipe, you will need 2 cups of powdered sugar, 1 cup of almond flour, 3 eggs, and we will only be using the egg whites, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, a variety of sprinkles to top your macarons with, some food coloring, as well as some cotton candy flavoring. You can really use whatever colors you'd like and whatever flavors you'd like. Some buttercream icing. I have a recipe down below if you're interested in making your own. The first step to making our macarons is to separate our eggs. We're going to separate the eggs from the egg yolks as we are only using the egg whites. Basically, you want to crack your egg in half. Then you just want to let your egg whites fall into a bowl by jiggling the egg yolk between the 2 shells. And there you have it. Once your egg whites are separated, you're going to beat them until they become nice and foamy. Once your egg whites become nice and foamy, just like this, and it should only take about a minute, you're going to add in your granulated sugar. And then you're going to continue to beat it until it forms stiff peaks, and I will show you what that looks like in a few minutes. After a couple minutes of mixing on high speed, you can see that we have formed some stiff peaks, and it basically looks like this. It's like a mountain peak, and it's not swooping down, it's holding its shape, and that is what's important. Egg whites are off to the side, and now it is time to sift together our almond flour. Just sift that into another bowl. Now you're going to sift your powdered sugar. Now we're going to take about half of our almond flour and powdered sugar mixture and add it to our egg white mixture. Once you have half of your mixture, you want to basically fold your dry into your wet ingredients. You don't want to just mix it like this because that'll release all of the air. And we want to keep as much air in our egg whites as possible. So I like to sort of do a figure 8. So just fold it like this. And then go this way until all of the dry is incorporated. So I split our batter into 2 separate bowls and added a drop of our cotton candy flavoring into each. Now, into one bowl, I am going to add a few drops of blue food coloring, and into the other bowl, I am adding a few drops of pink. You can use whatever colors you'd like depending on the occasion or the event, but for my cotton candy macarons, I felt like those were the 2 best colors. Now just fold it a few more times to incorporate the colors. I took a piping bag and placed it around a cup. Now it is a lot easier to pour our batter into the said piping bag. It's a cool little trick that I learned. So now you want to cut both tips off of each piping bag. So now you want to use a circle piping tip, just like this one. Place it into your piping bag and then cut out a little piece of the plastic so that it fits perfectly. Once you have that in, it is time to place our other 2 piping bags in here, and this is how we are going to create our swirly look. What you want to do, just squeeze down and just push until a mini macaron is made. Just like that. You can make them as big or as small as you'd like to. I like mine to be in the middle. You can even create a swirly look by spinning it around like this. Our macarons are piped. Now we are going to just create a little sprinkle mixture. You can use whatever sprinkles you'd like. I'm just going to mix some pink, some blue, just some stars, some hearts. Basically mixing it all up. And then I'll use my hands and just give it a little toss. You want to sprinkle your macaron shells while they're still a little bit wet. Afterwards, we're going to let these sit for half an hour so that a skin starts to form. And then we'll bake it in a 300-degree preheated oven. You're only going to put the sprinkles on half of your macaron shells, so I have another half that's already resting over there. We're going to let these rest for 30 minutes so that a skin starts to form, and I'll show you what that looks like in half an hour. So our macarons have been resting for 30 minutes and a skin has developed. Basically, when you touch the macaron, no residue is left. It has a nice skin on top. So now you know that these are ready to bake. So we're gonna bake these in a 300-degree preheated oven for 20 minutes. Once your macarons are nicely baked and cooled for about half an hour, it is time to frost. So I put some buttercream frosting and I dyed it blue to match the colors of the macarons. Thank you for joining me once again on another episode of Simply Elegant. I hope that you guys really do try this recipe out, and it's super simple, and you can really make it your own by doing a variety of techniques to make your own French macarons. As always, remember to keep things simple yet elegant, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Also, don't forget to follow me on my social medias. I have a Facebook and an Instagram that you can follow me on, where I will be posting lots of pictures and videos.